But the White House so far has been downplaying a lot of this.
Ebola is not easily transmitted. It isn't transmitted through the air like the flu. It is not transmitted through water or food here in the United States. The only way that Ebola can be transmitted is from the bodily fluids of an individual who is already showing symptoms.
No, I don't know. First the medical missionaries, then Thomas Duncan, now an NBC cameraman, all have Ebola, right? So apparently it's easier to contract than the administration has stated. I'm not saying they're hiding anything, but I thought I'd get to a mom who's worried about this. She also happens to be a great author and conservative columnist, Gina Loudon.
Thanks,
Gina, what do you make of this? And what do you, I mean, if you were in that area affected directly, what do you do? What do you do with your kids?
I don't know all the answers, Neil. You know, I'm not a medical doctor, certainly, but I do know one thing. We cannot trust this government. They are hiding things from us, Neil. I'm reading things like reports that this is actually transmissible via the air from animal to animal. I'm not sure what precludes it then from being transmittable from animal to person or human to human via airborne saliva. I know it does. This topic gets gross and you hate to say it, but it's just true. We do kind of spit sometimes when we talk. These things happen.
That's
and
right.
So we really, are we being told the complete truth? And with a history like this administration has from the NSA, from the you can keep your doctor, even here in San Diego where I live, there's a TB case right now. We were afraid of this with all the illegal children coming across our borders, and now they're sitting in schoolrooms next to our children, Neil. This is really happening. And TB has a 20-year dormancy period on it, Neil. So what else aren't we being told? We have to ask these questions.
If you were in that Dallas area where those 8 kids have been taken out of school in abundance of caution and essentially placed under protective custody in their home, where they're being watched and their families are being watched, would you take your kid out as well?
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would. Your children are not worth risking for what we're being told. I mean, they told us first, Neil, remember, it wasn't going to come here at all. Then they said, well, okay, we have one case, but it's not transmissible.
That's right.
Then they quarantined over 100 people, Neil. What's the next page? What's the next chapter in this book? This no longer is about, you know, politics, Republican versus Democrat. This has become about life versus death. And parents better wake up to it, and they better start taking a stand against a government that doesn't seem as concerned about the health of our families as it is about the next election, frankly.
Gina, thank you very much. Gina Loudon. All right, maybe we
Neil.
just have to ban all flights from Africa, maybe to Africa.